America, I'm back, Kid Cosmetology, to send a message to America. America, the human race no longer exists in my world or God's world. America, we now live in the Spirit of God. We live in the Spirit and not in the flesh. The flesh has been destroyed. It no longer exists in this world we live in today, America. Cosmetology is the antidote for negatology. Cosmetology is the medicine, the spiritual medicine we need to fight negatology. Cosmetology is the beginning of a new organized system of belief. Cosmetology is the word you never heard. Cosmetology is the key to heaven right here on earth as it is in heaven. Are you ready to let God give us this new organized system of belief as our daily bread so that we will forget about negatology in our world and create a world of cosmetology instead of negatology? The world today that society exists in is a world full of negatology. It's full of false religion. It's full of people who refuse to accept spiritual beings as equal as human beings. And I stand before you, and if you look up in the sky, you'll see why. The ships are gathering around this world. The mothership is posted in the sky. Vision, look up, America. Go out at night and gaze the sky, and you'll see why. Human beings need to accept cosmetology, not in the flesh, but in the Spirit of God. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. America, world, it's time for spiritual religion and not religion alone. It's time to add women to the end of our prayers so that we could have complete prayers to God. We must obey God. We must pray the way John asked Jesus to teach him how to pray by saying the Lord's Prayer. But the only difference, the spirituality of the religion that was left out were women, because God created a man, a woman. So at the end of your prayer, just say the Lord's Prayer and say a man, a woman, and that's it. And leave it alone. God knows all your problems. He knows your ups and your downs, your ins and your outs, and your rounds and your circles and your squares and your zigzags and your triangles. God knows it all. YXZ. YXZ. You see me, and God sees you. So we the people of the United States, in order to form a more spiritual union and establish a world with just us spiritual beings, we must come together as one. We must not be divided. We're only divided away from negatology. Negatology, we will not be part of in our world. We will no longer accept human beings in God's kingdom right here on earth. We were here first. We were here first. The human spirits were sent down. The angels, we are angels sent down here to protect human beings from total destruction. But according to the north, south, east, and the west, according to north, south, east, and west, we must vision the truth about spiritual beings being right here on earth with human beings. Let's shake hands, Mr. President. Shake my hand. Welcome cosmetology into the world. Negatology will leave, bro. You the president of the United States of America, man. And the words that come out of your mouth must come from your spirit and not your flesh. Put your flesh to the side and let your spirit, let the Spirit of God take control, Mr. Trump, Mr. Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. If you get this message, God is talking to you. Learn to recognize the Spirit of God that lives in you, like it lives in me, man. We equal, bro. It's about faith, not race. Remember that. And let the people know it's about faith, not race. Together we stand, divided we fall. Together we stand, divided we fall. We must see a vision, a new vision in cosmetology, the study of positive spiritual thinking is that vision, so that we can bury negatology in God's kingdom. This world is the church of God. The true church of God is this world, not a building you go to every day and pray. Because you're not praying right, because you're leaving women out of prayer. Come on, man. What's wrong with that? And you're leaving spirituality out of prayer too. God should have never been taken away from education in America, because education and spirituality together creates discipline to the spirit of human beings. And once human beings become disciplined to the Spirit of God, they transform into spirits, human spirits instead of human flesh. At the blink of an eye, and you wonder why. Had I known this information when I was a young man, where would I be today? But the only reason I'm standing here today is because God asked me to deliver this message to the world. And this message is very hard to get out because this so-called social media is stopping me from administering this type of information to the people of the world, human and spiritual people. Because I can be seen right here on earth by human beings and spiritual beings. The spiritual beings that see me right now, you cannot see. but I can. When I walk in a church, in a full house from the back, and then you turn around and you videotape the front, and it's a full house, and you videotape the back, and it's a full house, then you go home to the privacy of your home to rewind what you just video, you don't see a full house, you see a half a house. God is trying to tell you something. So let me tell you, God is trying to tell the world something. Whatever that may be. Let it be cosmetology, the study of positive spiritual thinking. In America, in the world, we all in this world can believe in cosmetology. We all can live in the spirit of God for eternity. What is man, is the human race willing to accept cosmetology and turn away from negatology? Are you ready, America, to turn away from negatology? Donald Trump, are you ready to turn away from negatology, bro? Hey, bro, man, you need to, because if you don't, you might well push the button, bro. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of human beings. I'm not even afraid. The only spirit being I'm afraid of is the one that created me, who works through me. And that's cosmetology, not negatology. There's a difference between the two. So you either can believe in a world of negatology or you can believe in a world of cosmetology. Which do you choose, America, world? What organized system of belief will you choose? Because remember, if you push the buttons, before you push that button, they watching you already, Donald. Everything will stop and the ships will come down. And we, the spirit, God's children, will be the only ones with permission to enter into Noah's Ark, the new Noah's Ark. Ships from the sky, the true creators, the true protectors of God's children. Are you ready to go to heaven? What's the word you never heard? That's the purpose of social media. To put it out there. I'm putting it out there. What's the word you never heard? You tell me and I'll tell you. It's the truth, America. Cosmetology. So as a man thinks, so is he or she. Remember the word you never heard. The key to heaven above. Climb aboard if you know the word or heard. If you know the word you never heard, climb aboard. And those who live in the spirit that don't know the word will be sucked in like a vacuum. Sucked up. Spirits, God gonna suck us up. He gonna suck us up like we in a straw. Oh, what's going on? You know, but and then when everything's over with, we're gonna return back to what we vision in our minds. But we will miss. We won't remember that they came down for us and took us away. We'll be asleep, man. We'll be in our sleep. When we wake up in the morning, it's all new tomorrow. As of tomorrow, negatology no longer exists in this world. cosmetology, not negatology. Wake up, America. Wake up. Wake up. Let it be known about the spirits and about the flesh. Trying to live in unity together right here on earth as it should have been in heaven. But separation came. Separation came. Now it's time for the same. God loves you. God keeps you. And it's time for me to relax my spirit. For I know that the power of God works through me. A man, a woman. Goodbye, world.